If you're feeling stressed and consequently drained to rise and shine, this video is for you. Grab yourself a cup of tea and let's delve into 5 practical strategies that work like a concentrated vitamin shot to help you bounce back from emotional lows. Stress busting strategy number 1. Identify stress control buttons. Now, the most paralyzing stress is either super strong or not that strong, but constant and uncontrollable. Now, science shows that if you can control a stressful situation at least a little bit, the impact of that stress is a lot less. In one famous experiment, 2 groups of people were made to listen to horrible and irritating sounds without any escape for a long time. The group who had a stop button but did not use it suffered a lot less. So if you're experiencing stress, your task is to identify the source of it and find yourself a control button that you could potentially press. For example, if you work in a toxic environment, start working on a calculating exit plan. And yes, in life there are situations when there's really nothing you can do, and those are just dark patches that you have to survive. In that case, just grow a subjective sense of control. There's an absolutely incredible experiment about this conducted by a Japanese scientist in 1990s. He was exposing rats to electrical current and measured their stress level. One group of rats could not stop these electric shocks. The other group could not either, but in their cage they had a toothpick that had no function. They could hold it, look at it, but it was just sitting there not doing anything. So the group with the toothpick suffered from stress significantly less. Now, this experiment sounds absolutely horrific, but it shows a very interesting insight about stress. And that is, subjective control over stress is also very efficient in managing it. So if stress is something you really cannot escape, you have to do everything you can to make sure that it is at least subjectively controlled by you. This is why mindfulness techniques are so effective, by the way. Although they do not directly remove you from stressful situation, they give you this sense of surety and subjective control. Stress busting strategy number 2. Writing. Your thoughts are not words. They are often chaotic feelings that reflect your experiences. This is why you feel stressed and overwhelmed when you have a difficult situation to solve, when you have to make a decision about the next steps, and so on. This is why you're stressed and overwhelmed when you have to make a difficult decision, solve an ongoing conflict, or just decide on the next steps in your life. Because you have this constant emotional battle in your head that just takes up all your energy. But when you articulate your feelings into words, into written words, everything suddenly gets organized and many problems just melt away before you have to solve them. I know it's a digital world, but a physical diary like this one in here is a very useful thing. Physical writing process is very calming in itself, and it helps you focus a lot better. And this brings us to the stress busting strategy number 3, and that is mindful breathing. This is when you spend 5 to 10 minutes a day with your eyes closed, just focused on your breathing. Just mentally locate to where the air that you inhale goes and follow it with your mind. Now, thoughts will obviously pop up, but the key is not to get absorbed into them. Don't explore them. Just let them go and go back to focusing on your breath. This simple practice is basically like a gym for the muscles that hold your stress and minimize your fear and anxiety. And it works 100% of times, as proved by many studies. And the results really pile up over time. You will notice that your thoughts will stop wandering as they used to, and you'll be able to finally focus on goals rather than on your fears. In other words, over time, the areas in your brain responsible for fear will just become a lot less active. Stress busting strategy number 4, build additional support pillars. If you're stuck in the darkness, routine, and burnout, it is a perfect moment to finally follow a new path that will restore your balance. Problems at work are really well balanced with happiness in personal life, and issues in the family can be compensated with success in your hobby. But do not place all your apples in one bag. If you're experiencing intense and difficult problems in one area, just focus on investing time and effort into a different area. Sometimes if the door isn't opening, it's not you. It's just not your door and you need to move on. Get a new skill. And slowly but surely, start doing what you have always wanted to do. Make a list of all the skills and ideas that you would like to pick up throughout your life and choose what you would really want to work on right now. If your days are too full of everything new and you lack stability, then you can compensate this with rituals that symbolize your previous life. For example, you relocated abroad to live, work, or study, and your life is really busy but in a completely foreign setting. Then at least once a week, make a meal that you used to eat back home. Or if you like fiction, buy yourself a popular book series. A familiar protagonist will serve as a decent support pillar, because for an hour or two you would have somebody predictable to turn to. And this is basically the nature of this method. Your satisfaction and zest for life is directly related to your goals and wishes. A method that consistently works really well is to create a reward system for yourself. Ideally, it should be a list of things you want to achieve to solve a problem or improve your situation. But if you're feeling completely drained and you just have no power to focus on those high-level goals at all, then just think about small wishes and wants that you have. Write down 5 to 10 small things that you want to have or do right now. From a weekend spent with a good book to a small piece of cake, just start fulfilling those little wants and wishes one by one. For example, make a sandwich using that Pinterest recipe you have been staring at for ages. Remind yourself again what it is like to feel that inflow of dopamine and happiness. Here's a tip for you. Put those small little happy things in your diary in advance. And this way, you will always have happy and special things to look towards. Something you'll be anticipating with excitement. This could be a day trip to a cute little town nearby, a coffee with friends, or a visit to art gallery. Having something to look forward to would really make a massive difference in your quality of life. Because I'm sure that you had that experience when you were anticipating something with such excitement that all days prior to that were just happy, sparkly, and full of life. Stress-busting strategy number 5, physical activity. Now, people tend to roll their eyes at this one because it's kind of a common knowledge, but there are key nuances that can either make or break you. After your body experiences stress, as shown by many studies, it needs to end the stress cycle. To detox from stress, it needs physical evidence to show your body that it is a safe place for you to live in. Now, if you were really stressed, then actually, intense workouts would make you feel even worse, because along with dopamine, your body would release a ton of cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and it would make you spin out of control even more. In this case, a walk in the park, salsa class, or a little cute dance on your kitchen would work a lot better and would make you feel a lot better, just because your body would end the stress cycle without too much strain on your system. Now, intense workouts are great for the days when you're feeling okay anyway. And they help you to lose weight, become a happier person, and science shows that sometimes intense workouts are as efficient as antidepressants. This is it, guys. I hope all these stress management strategies help. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel to help me make more videos like this for you. Until the next video.